today is our official launching of the CELETHA Riley Show. We are so excited. I know you can hear the excitement in my voice. This has been a long time coming, I'll say, and we are so excited to be here with you all. We know many of you all are excited as well. You've been following us on our social media platforms. Many of you all have been asking, when are you coming back? When are you and your husband going to come back on and share that great information that you all used to do many years ago? And guess what, you guys? We are back. Go ahead and get excited with us. I am so excited. Listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to contain myself because, as I said, I am so excited. I've been excited for the past few days. Let me tell you all who I am and what you guys can expect from us coming forward throughout the weeks to come as you chime in with us on every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. I am CELETHA High Beautiful Riley. I'm a mother, a wife, a pastor, a wealth and wellness ambassador here with Tava Lifestyle for 2 years. I am also a leadership and personal development strategist where I help women heal from past failed relationships, helping them exude with confidence, coming forward, sharing their stories from the stage. And listen, you all, we have some amazing conversational pieces that we're going to be talking about, and our target areas are geared around faith, family, finances, and freedom, or freedom in our future, I'll say. Listen, it is so amazing to be with you all, and I want you all to you can listen in your car, you can listen online, and those of you that are listening online, make sure you drop us some hearts under the post that we have on our social media. Okay, you all, so what we're going to talk about on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening, you guys, we're going to start off with faith because we want everyone to understand the importance of having faith. And as I shared earlier, we're going to target these 4 main areas as it pertains to faith, as it pertains to family, finances, and our future, because so many things have transpired within the past few years with the pandemic, and many individuals have suffered in their faith, in their family dynamics. Many individuals have lost loved ones. And, of course, the finances have really, really been affected as well. And so many individuals have been struggling going forward with their future. So it is our hope and our prayer that you all chime in every Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. because we're going to have some great conversational pieces, as I shared earlier, as it pertains to these topics of discussions to help increase your faith, to help strengthen the family dynamics, and to help build those finances as well, because we're a part of an amazing wellness organization. And guess what, you guys? We're going to be talking about these amazing products that we've been taking for 2 years and how you too can live healthier as well as living wealthier, and with the hopes of getting your future back online. Okay, you guys? So let's talk about our faith for now. We know our main scripture reference is Hebrews 11:1. And we know what that says. It says that now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. It is so important during this time that we strengthen our faith. We have to strengthen our faith now more than ever. And if I was to be sitting with you all in person, I would ask you all a question. How many of you have had your faith tested within the past few months, I'll say, or the past few years, or just recently? How many of you have had your faith tested and it has diminished some, or have your faith increased? But to those of us who've been tested in many areas of our faith, we know oftentimes it can feel like, oh my God, where is God? When is he going to move on my behalf? Am I going to come out of this situation? I don't understand why, where, when, how. We have all these amazing questions and we need answers. And sometimes some of us don't wait for the answers. Sometimes we do our own work, or we try to solve our own problems without waiting on the Creator or God, I'll say, to help us resolve our problems or bring us the answer at the time that we desire. Sometimes it is a little pressing to wait, but we must increase our faith. And it is our hope. My husband and I, David Riley, we are pastors, of course, and we often teach in our ministry the importance of holding on to your faith. And I was talking with another prophetess who had experienced a sickness a few months ago, and she was sharing with me how her faith was challenged, how she literally almost lost her faith, and it was so hard trying to maintain or pull on her faith because how she was being tested in her body with her health and how she was being just pulled on so many different angles, and she was wondering if God was going to heal her, if she was going to come through that situation. And I know many of you who are listening to the sound of my voice who are chiming in, you may say, you know what, CELETHA, I can relate to her because I too have been tested in my faith and I didn't know what to do and I almost gave up and I did let go. But I want to encourage those of you, our listening audience, to grab your faith again. Pull back on your faith again. Trust God again. God can and he will do it because as he said in his word in Hebrews 11:1, and if you read the entire chapter of Hebrews, and many theologians or many pastors will say that Hebrews is the faith hall of fame. And let me tell you all something. I too have been tested in many, many areas. I too have had my faith tested. There are so many times when Lord knows I had no choice but to lean on my faith. All I had was my faith. And let me tell you all something. When you are in a position or a situation where you have nothing but your faith to hold on to, it takes everything within you. That is why it is so important for us to strengthen ourselves spiritually, to strengthen ourselves in the word of God, to strengthen ourselves in worship and praise, and have those intimate moments with God. So therefore, when those times of your faith being tested and tried, you will have that mustard seed faith. You will have that strength that you can literally pull on from the deep cores of your soul. And I know many of you may say, oh God, I've been there, or you make it sound so easy. And guess what, you all? I'm going to also add this in as well. Make sure you have a strong support system. It can be a few or it can be many, but make sure those that you have in your presence, you can pull on their faith. You can pull on their faith and you can just get the strength, you can get the energy, you can get the belief that you need to build your faith up again. And that's what I have seen happen in many occasions. But guess what, you all? We need to build that up more now, more than ever. Because we know the past 2 years or so, we've been dealing with COVID-19, and many individuals have been affected in many areas. And in our faith, it has been one of the key areas where a lot of individuals have been affected because loved ones have been lost. And as I stated about the finances, so many things have happened. So your faith has been challenged in many, many areas. And guess what, you guys? There are so many things that I want to share with you all to help strengthen your faith and get you back in that space to where you can really exercise your faith and believe again. Many individuals, many believers and non-believers of the like have lost their faith. They've lost their belief because of what has happened. But it is my hope and prayer that you all listen to what it is that I am sharing with you all, and you again begin to pull on your faith again. Because if you were to remind yourself of what God has done for you on several occasions, you can honestly say, you know what, it was my faith. It was my faith, my prayer, and my belief that God was going to do it. So here are a few things that I want to share with you all as it pertains to us building our faith again, because we must exemplify it in everything that we do. We know we've been affected in our careers, our businesses, our relationships, but as we have been affected in these areas, we must continue to maintain a positive outlook. We must do our best to keep a positive mindset. And, of course, we must do our best to create a positive environment, a positive space. Try to keep your space, your surrounding, filled with positivity. Do your best to remove all toxicity, all negativity away from you, out of your space, out of your existence, because guess what that is going to do? that will hinder your faith. That will hinder your belief. That will cause your spirit man or your energy to be depleted. And we don't want that to happen, you guys. We want everyone to understand the importance of having a positive outlook. Ask yourself, visualization, when was the last time you utilized that tool? When was the last time you took the opportunity and you visualized yourself coming out of that situation or doing better, evolving, living the life that you so desire to do? Oftentimes when we think about visualization, we think of, we begin to say, well, maybe I can't achieve that. No, we have to change our mindset. Again, I talk about having a positive mindset. Having a positive mindset is simply denouncing those negative things, denouncing what has gone wrong. Yes, we are aware of those things taking place, and yes, we are aware of what could go wrong, but I challenge you to practice thinking more positive. I challenge you to begin to change your language. I challenge you to begin to change your way of thinking, because the more you think that you can, you will, and you shall, and you begin to visualize, meaning you see yourself doing what it is that you are believing to happen. Guess what? We know many individuals started out the new year with vision boards, manifestation boards, all of those great things. But when was the last time you really picked up your visualization board or you picked up your manifestation board and you saw yourself in the very thing that you cut out that magazine or that message or that affirmation? When was the last time you really saw yourself living it, believing it, exemplifying it? When was the last time? So important, you all. We have to exemplify it in everything that we do. And guess what? The more we exercise these tools, the more we utilize this skill, guess what? You'll begin to feel it. You'll begin to build up your faith. You'll begin to build up your belief. And you'll begin to feel like that champion that you once was, saying that I can do it, I will do it, and I shall do it. And guess what you'll begin to do? You'll begin to set realistic goals, and you're set forth to achieve them. Oh my God, you all. I'm just so excited about this positive outlook, positive mindset, creating a positive environment. And it starts with visualization. What are you seeing? How do you see yourself in the present, in the future to come? What do you see for yourself? Do you believe you can achieve it? Do you believe you can have it? Do you believe that you're worthy of it? Do you believe that you should have these things? And that happens when we begin to doubt ourselves. Let's take off that doubt factor. Let's take off that negative factor. Let's just change our mindset and begin to have a positive mindset. I challenge you, if you begin to wake up early in the morning, when you begin to, before you even get out of the bed, to wash your face and brush your teeth, as you lay there and you begin to meditate, you'll begin to think on your day. You'll begin to talk to God and ask God to lead you and guide you. You'll begin to make your declarations. But as you're beginning to do those things in your mind, I challenge you to get up out of your bed. Get up out of your bed, whether you have a prayer closet, whether you have a nice sacred space on the side of your bed, whether you have a nice sacred space set up in your home. I challenge you to go into that sacred space. And when you go into that sacred space, you go in fully charged. You pick up your spirit. You pick up your energy, and you begin to speak positive things in the atmosphere. We often say command your day. Yes, begin to command your day. Command the atmosphere. If you're in business, if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, a businessman, or a businesswoman, begin to make affirmations and declare that day that you're going to make 5 to 10, 15, 20 sales, and you believe it. You begin to believe it, because guess what? The more you feel it and the more you release it in the atmosphere, in the universe, as we love to say, the more you release this into the atmosphere, the more you release it and you speak it, guess what's going to happen? Manifestations are going to follow. Manifestations are going to follow. I was having a conversation with my daughter, and I was saying to her, I watched this certain television show for quite a while, and I noticed I manifested something with that television show because I watch it over and over and over. And my daughter laughed. She said, oh, I get what you're saying, Mama. I get what you're saying. I said, and guess what I did now? Guess what I'm going to be doing now? She was like, what are you going to do? I said, I began to watch $1 Million House listings. She was like, really? I said, yes, I'm going to watch this over and over and over, because visualization is key. As I'm looking at the show, as I'm looking at the houses, I'm visualizing myself in a home. Listen, I am visualizing it. Visualizing my family, my children, my grandchildren, us doing various things, sitting around the table, sitting around the island, sitting around the pool, in the backyard, having a great time. Visualization is everything, you all, and I challenge you to utilize it again. I challenge you to go back to it. If you have strayed away from it, it is perfectly fine. I challenge you to go back to it, revisit it. Revisit the times when your faith was so strong and you believed God for certain things and you visualize so many different things, and guess what? You begin to see the manifestation of it. So guess what? Visualization is everything. But along with visualization, you have to implement a mindset reset. Wow. A mindset reset. The importance of implementing this, you have to reset yourself from all negativity, all doubt, non-belief, toxicity, traumatic experiences, because sometimes we can hold on to those things. Sometimes we can allow those areas to keep us in an uncomfortable position for a long extended time, more than we really should be there. A lot of times we self-sabotage ourselves from going forward because we are afraid of the unknown. We're afraid to go forward. We're afraid of what can happen if I do stop thinking this way, if I start to think that way. If I'm so used to, or I'm so comfortable of these old ways of thinking, doing, and existing. I am so comfortable with these old habits I don't want to let them go because I become comfortable. It's like a safety blanket. But I challenge you again on today. Let's implement a mindset reset. Yes, this is what you're going to get when you tune into the CELETHA Riley Show. You're going to be empowered on so many different levels to help you see yourself grow and achieve great success in many, many, many areas. But before we do those things, we have to reset. We have to challenge you to grow, to let go, so therefore you can evolve. And by doing a mindset reset, you're saying to yourself, yes, I know this happened to me at a young age. Yes, I know this happened to me even as a teenager, a young adult, even as an adult. Listen, I'm going to face it. I'm going to face my fears. I'm going to address whatever it is that has been hindering me or holding me back from going forward. I'm going to finally face it, because it's not until I face it and allow myself to heal, to go through the process, to release those things that took place, to release those things that have been holding me down, holding me hostage, until I reset, meaning I let it go. When you reset, you remove, and then you set things into motion. Yes, when you reset, you remove, and then you set things into motion. You remove those stumbling blocks. You remove those obstacles. You remove those hindering oh my God, you remove those things, and then you begin to set boundaries. You begin to set boundaries in place of what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. You're going to set things into motion. You're going to value yourself. You're going to set aside time to take more care of your thoughts, how you feel, how you should be existing, living, and enjoying life. You are going to take total control, my friends, of your life. You're going to take total control. It is now time for us to take total control. I don't know about you, but I've lived a good life thus far, and I've experienced many, many ups and many, many downs. I've experienced many traumatic things, and I've experienced some good things. But I'm at a point of life now, at the beautiful age of 51, where I'm saying, listen, I visualized, I did the mindset reset. Now it's time for manifestation. Because guess what? Excuses are tools of incompetence. It's time for us to take off the excuses. It's time for us to stop blaming who, what, when, where, and how. It's time for us to take ownership. It's time for us to be responsible so we can hold ourselves accountable, so we can live the life that we so desire to, live the life that God desires for us to live the life that our family should receive, you all. That's what's so important. It is time for us to just take off all of those heavy weights, take off doubt, unbelief, all of those things, so our faith can rise up to the level that it needs to. And let me tell you all something. I don't know about you all, but I am feeling so good on today. Why? Because I've gone through many things, as I said earlier. And I've utilize many of these tools that I'm sharing with you all, and it helped me to become so much better. Because oftentimes we are afraid to look at the man or the woman in the mirror and address ourselves, to hold ourselves accountable, to say what's good and not so good about ourselves. But I challenge you, when you sit down and you deal with yourself face to face and no one else is there, and you look at the good, the bad, and you begin to say, no longer will I allow this to affect my future or my present. No longer will I allow this to shape the trajectory of my life. No longer will I allow this to hold my mind, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions hostage. No longer. No longer. Because I want to live a healthier life. I want to live a good, loving life. I want to receive all the abundance that God promised me. And in order for us to do those things, ladies and gentlemen, we must take on a more positive outlet. Meaning visualization. We must have a positive mindset, meaning we must do a mindset reset. Take those things off, release it, let it go, because it is time for manifestations to come into the earth. It is time for you to speak some things in the atmosphere, and it happens. But guess what? In order for those things to happen, we must do the inward work. We must deal with the inward me. Not so much the outward, because the outward, that's the cosmetics. But the inward is your mind, it's your will, your memory, your intellect, your imagination, your emotions. And the more you target each area and you begin to master each area, you begin to address different things you may have experienced that could be affecting your memory, preventing you from going forward. You deal with it. As I said earlier, you address those areas. Your intellect, the more you begin to say, I can comprehend, or I do understand, then you begin to deal with your imagination, visualization again. You see yourself prosperous. You see yourself living in abundance. You see yourself healthy, whole, healed, and complete, you all. And then you can begin to balance your emotions. You won't make decisions off of your emotions. You'll begin to think logically, intellectually. You'll be able to have healthy dialogues with other individuals to maintain healthy relationships. And guess what? When your will is open and you say, I did it this way, I did it the wrong way, I've had so many failures, I've experienced so much loss, now let me just open my will up to trying it this way. Let me open my will up to God. Let me open my will up to allowing what hasn't been effective for me. Let me allow that to just be released. No longer will I hold on to it. And guess what, you all? We're talking about manifestation. It's time for things to happen in our lives that we've held up. And I challenge you, the more you begin to work on these different areas of your life, you're going to begin to see some things manifest. Joy, love, peace, laughter, happiness. Listen, when your emotions begin to come in harmony, you begin to feel so amazing, you all. And then the better you feel, you can make better decisions. You can continue to go forward. You can achieve those goals. You can reach higher. But you have to do the inward work. And guess what? Now I'm going to talk about separate to elevate. Yes, there are times you will have to remove yourself from certain people, places, and things, because when you are on this journey where you want to receive everything that you are seeking God for, career-wise, business, in relationships, your health, finances, your family, your future, as we're going to be talking about, you have to separate yourself. Sometimes you have to say, no, I'm not going to be able to attend that event, or no, thank you, I won't be able to join you, because you want to keep your energy. You want to keep your spirit man free of any toxicity. They may not understand, but you're working on yourself. You're doing some things behind the scenes, so therefore you can achieve greater for yourself. It is time for us to achieve greater in all facets of life. It is time. Many of us are years behind at our hands, not at someone else's. We are years behind at our hands, at the work that we've done to ourselves, the disservice that we did to ourselves, what we've allowed to hinder us, what we've allowed to shape our mindset, what we've allowed to be spoken into our existence. We've allowed it. So it's time for you to take control. Take back your control again. And by doing so, you can make the right decision. You can make healthy choices. You can have healthier relationships. You can see yourself evolving the way that you are supposed to. And therefore, you and your family can experience life in the fullness, in its fullness. So I'm smiling so much, you guys. I am smiling so much because as I'm sharing these with you all, I share this with many of my clients. And of course, many of them, they were like, oh God, I can't do it. I can't do it. I say, you have to change your words. You have to change the way that you think. You have to believe more. Exercise your faith. Yes, oftentimes when you have to deal with no one but yourself, when you have to challenge yourself, it is a task. It is a journey. So, again, I want to say thank you all to our listening audience for chiming into the CELETHA Riley Show. We will be with you all on every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those of you that are listening to us by way of online, thank you all so very much. And we know many of you dialed in to listen in as well. And I want to say thank you so much on behalf of myself and my husband, David Riley. We are so excited to have our radio show up and going again. And as I said earlier, I'm a mother, wife, pastor, wealth and wellness ambassador, a part of Tava Lifestyle for 2 years. Listen, you all, I had an amazing transformation that recently took place in the month of April. We had a Shake It Off challenge. And listen, you all, I was able to lose 15 pounds in less than 3 weeks. So we're going to be bringing that information to you all because we want you all to live healthier and wealthier, and all of this is in all inclusive of what I am sharing with you all on tonight. And of course, we are so excited to help many men and women heal from past failed relationships, so you too can exude with confidence, and you'll be able to share your story from the stage, how you utilize these various tools, and you begin to do the inward work, and you too are having great success. So make sure you keep your notifications on. Those of you that follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on CELETHA Hi Beautiful Riley. Those of you that are listening in on Instagram, you can follow us on DC Riley Taba 1. And, of course, we're right over here, and we're going to continue to lift up this great show, sharing this great information with you all. We are just super, super, super excited to be on Positive Power Christian Media. We are so glad to be partnered with you all. Thank you all so much for allowing us to be a part of this amazing platform. So again, everyone, we want you all to pick back up your faith again. Pick up your faith again. It is so important. Yes, we know many things have transpired. We know many things have happened. And guess what? We too can testify and be a witness to experience a lot of hardship. However, in order for us to have a positive outlook, a positive mindset, and create a positive environment, there are some things that we had to do as an individual. We had to work on our visualization. We had to change our way of thinking, meaning we had to do a mindset reset. Listen, we had to denounce a lot of things that were from the old that were still trying to carry over into the new. Listen, we had to literally speak up and tell people, listen, it doesn't exist over here. Change your way of thinking. And guess what? We began to see manifestations, and not only that, we separated ourselves in order to elevate mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually. Listen, you have to make sure you put yourself first, because if not, you'll continue to you don't want to be what do they say, a garbage can. You don't want people to continue to just drop things in you, drop stuff on you, and you don't have any substance. So that's what we want you to do. We want you to continue to apply everything that we're sharing with you all. And guess what? We're going to bring so many great, amazing conversational pieces as it pertains to your faith, family dynamics, health and wellness, finances. We have an amazing platform with financial freedom. And listen, you all, it is all going to help you have a great future. We are so excited to be able to reach the masses, because this platform will help us connect with so many different people all over the world. And we're excited to help empower you, enlighten you, and share how you can too live a healthier life, how you can go forward and exude with confidence, how you can obtain financial freedom, how you can live healthier, and it all starts with us. We want to look in the mirror and examine ourselves. We want to look in the mirror and say, I deserve better, I want better, and I am going to work towards getting better for myself on today, starting today. Yes, let's do this. Let's reset. Let's have a mindset reset. If you fumbled the first quarter of the year, it's not too late to start again. We're in the early part of the second quarter. It is never too late. It is never, ever, ever too late. You can always reset, but don't you stop. Don't give up on yourself. It is okay to reset. Meaning you may have to revisit your goals. You may have to revisit your dreams. You may have to revisit the plan that you put in place. Revisit it. Make some adjustments, but don't you give up. Because if you give up, guess what? You're going to have to work 10 times harder to get back to that place that you were at and to go further. So don't give up, you all. Do not give up. Continue to press with everything in you. Every day, as I stated earlier, when you wake up in the morning, keep trying it. Try it for at least 30 days and watch how it becomes repetitious. Let me share with you all. The early part of this year, the first quarter, I put myself on a 90-day no-meat challenge. And let me tell you all something. I have a calendar for each month to show what it is that I had at my activity. So guess what? The first 30 days, okay. Did I stop there? No, I was so excited of my progress, how I was hands-on, how I made it personal. And guess what? I continued on because I was so excited to see how I had implemented these new things. I was so excited about my growth, and I didn't want to give up. I did not want to stop. I continued on, and that is my prayer for many, many, many of you, our listening audience. I want you to reset, and I want you to continue to go forward, because the more you see your growth, not only the more you see it, the more you experience it. Oh, my God, it feels so, so good. The more you experience it, you're going to smile. You're going to hold your head up. You're going to say, oh, my God, you did it. The first week, I was so excited. The second week, the third week, I continued on. It was like I was a little kid in the candy store. Just mama said, you can have any candy you want. And I'm like, really? And I'm just grabbing. I'm reaching because I know I completed a goal that week, and I was so excited to see what the next week brought. And that's what I want many of you, all of you, to experience. I want you to begin to see yourself. Visualize yourself living healthier. Put yourself on a challenge. Make a schedule for yourself. Go day by day. Become more invested in it. And the more you write down your progress and you see those small goals that you achieve, you're going to be so excited. Listen, I feel like a whole new woman. I'm so excited. I see my progress. I see the effort that I put in, you all. And guess what? I continued on from 30 days, no meat. 60 days, no meat, 90 days, and then I will write down if I did taste any ground turkey, how it made me feel. You want to be involved in your growth and in your process. Oh, I didn't like how it made my stomach feel, so I'm not going to do that anymore. That's what I want you all to experience. That's what God wants us to experience. No, I didn't like how that made me feel, so I'm not going to do that. I want you all to become so hands-on in your life. I want you to become so involved in your life till you can really not only smile, you can feel the happiness inside. Have you ever been through so much till you say to yourself, I'm ready to feel happiness, not from an outside source, not from a man or a woman, my children, from me, from my efforts, from me showing up for me. Have you ever been at that place in your life? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are listening to me all over the world, I was at a place in my life that I wanted to feel happy for me. I wanted to feel CELETHA. CELETHA had done experienced so many things in life. I wanted CELETHA to be alive and vibrant again. And that's why I was so committed to the challenges. I wanted to wake CELETHA up. I wanted CELETHA to show up again with everything in her, her strengths, her weaknesses, her smarts, even if she lacked in some areas, because we were going to grow together. We were going to learn through this process on how to achieve various steps, what not to do, what to do, how to merge them together, so therefore we can achieve greatness together. And that's what the CELETHA CELETHA How Beautiful Riley show is all about, ladies and gentlemen, showing you that the more you are invested in yourself, the more you get to know yourself, the more you begin to understand the key components of the way you think, the way you maneuver, the way you show up for yourself, the way you stand, the way you stand up, your belief, your faith. Listen, you will be so strong and you will follow through and you will have great success. I am here to tell you it is possible. Yes, it is. It is possible. Yes, it is. If anyone would have told me many years ago I would have completed a 90-day no-meat challenge, I would have given up. Like, nope, I need to have me some oxtails. I need to have me some pork sauce. I need to have this, that. I need to have all of that stuff. But guess what? I was determined and I was disciplined because I wanted to see CELETHA achieve great for her. And then I continued on, you all. The next month, we had a challenge. I said, you know what? I'm going to enter in. Many, many times in the past, I wouldn't have entered. I would have backed out. I would have made an excuse. I would have found something to go, no. I was totally invested. I said, I'm going to win. I'm going to show up. Why? Because I was determined. My faith was so strong that I was going to win, you all. I didn't let nothing. I didn't allow anything to shift my mindset. Remember, I talked about the mindset reset. My visualization, I saw myself winning. I was going for the first place, you all. I came in third, but I still won. I still won. And guess what? That let me know if you were able to achieve that milestone, you can do anything you set your mind to do. Haven't you all heard that in the past? You can do anything you set your mind to. You can do anything you purpose in your heart. You can, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Well, guess what, you all? I experienced it the first quarter of this year. And I also experienced it most recently in April. I experienced it. So I want you all to know that it is possible. It is achievable. Yes, you can do it, but you must begin to work on yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. So guess what? I am still excited about our first radio show. We're back. We're going to be on every Tuesday at 7 p.m., the CELETHA Riley Show. We have so many great conversational pieces that are going to help you in your faith, in your family dynamics, your finances, and your future. Because by us being pastors, we always instill this in our ministry as well as in our family. And by me being a wealth and wellness ambassador, listen, I implement these things as well because it's going to take your faith to build, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, in anything that you do, you're going to have to exercise your faith. And by doing so, you're going to have a more positive outlook on things. You're going to have a positive mindset. That's where that mindset reset comes in. And you're going to have to create a positive environment, create a positive space. If you have a visualization board, a vision board, a manifestation board, get up every day and look at that board. Speak to it. Lay hands on it. I will have this home. I will have this vehicle. I will have money in my bank account. I will have a healthy relationship. I will have a successful career. I will have a successful business. My children will be blessed. My marriage will be blessed. You have to begin to speak it because you believe it. You feel it. Visualization. And the mindset reset. Don't allow anyone to come tell you anything differently because when your faith is in alignment in God and you know what you can do and what you're believing God for, that's when that manifestation come in. You begin to see things happen. You begin to see those things come into fruition. You begin to, listen, favor is so amazing. The finances come. You can work on your credit. You get your home, the car. So many things begin to come in place. Why? Because you're releasing more positivity in the atmosphere. Your energy, your spirit, man, you're upbeat, you're vibrant. You're able to do those things that are necessary to get yourself in alignment so all of those things that you're trusting and believing God for, they can come into existence. That's what manifestation is. And oftentimes you have to separate to elevate. You have to go into that quiet space, or you have to just distance yourself for maybe 6 months to a year to work on yourself, to make sure you're able to achieve those things that you so desire to do, to make sure you are able to reach those achievable goals, that you don't go backwards, you don't give up, you don't slack up. Okay, you guys, so again, Thank you all so very much for tuning in to our first live broadcast. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, our worldwide audience. We thank you all so much for chiming in, tuning in for various parts of the world. We say thank you so much for tuning in to the CELETHA Riley Show. And, of course, my husband is David Riley, and we're the Temple of Faith International Ministries, and we are so excited, along with our children, to bring this broadcast to you because we have some amazing information, and we're going to bring guests on in the future to chime in and have dialogue with our conversational pieces again. Make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, you can follow us with CELETHA High Beautiful Riley. On Instagram, we are DC Riley, Taba One. And those of you that would like to email me, you can do so at dcrileyministry with a Y at gmail.com. And make sure you keep those notifications on. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. Make sure you keep those notifications on so you do not miss out on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock p.m. We'll be here from 7 to 7:45 with some amazing information to share with everyone worldwide to help you live a healthier life and obtain wealth, a good life, the way God so desires you all to do so. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you all greatly. And on behalf of David and CELETHA Riley, we say thank you, and thank you. Good night, good morning. God bless to everyone that is watching us or listening in, I'll say, all over the world. Have a wonderful evening, and we will be back with you all on next Tuesday at 7 p.m. sharp. See you all again. Be blessed.
You're listening to Joy Live Worldwide Podcast.